Greetings, YouTube. Yesterday I encountered a conundrum, a dichotomy that I'd never really considered before, mostly because it involves American Christians, and my personal experience with American Christians hasn't been what you'd call good. But essentially, Fred Clark put forth the idea that there are Christians in America who follow Christ's dictates of love thy God, love thy neighbor. And yet, the church leadership that is in charge of them often has a much different point of view when it comes to the LGBTQ community. That the leadership isn't extending the hand of love towards this community. It is, in fact, at the best of times, treating the LGBTQ community as second-class citizens. And at the worst of times, as I've covered here on my channel, they are advocating the creation of death camps for the gay community. And yet, there are Christians who want to extend the hand of love and friendship to the LGBTQ community. They just don't have permission. Their leadership is saying one thing, while their dictates of Christ and their hearts are saying another. So, on behalf of a fellow American, I grant you permission. Go forth. Show your gay neighbors the love of Christ. Extend the hand of support and friendship. Show them that even though you may disagree with their life, that you are willing to defend their civil liberties. You are willing to not judge them. That you will show them that you love your God and you can love your neighbor. And if the leadership of your church tells you otherwise, I would say that that is a good indication that the leadership of your church may not be the right leadership for you. Because Christ gives you that permission. He says, go forth, love your neighbor. He doesn't tell you to judge them. He doesn't tell you to treat them as second-class citizens. And if anyone else tells you that, well, that's a problem. I used to work with a Muslim gentleman. He and I grew quite close. And we would frequently discuss theology. He once said that if the whole world tells you something wrong, and in your heart you know that it's right, it is right. For that is the voice of Allah. He is telling you the truth. Well, it's no different here. You have permission to love your neighbor. You can do this. You can be the thing, the action, the person that heals a wound created by others. And that is pretty darn cool.